Brought to you by DK Audio.
DK Audio presents The Secret Explorers and the Haunted Castle by S.J. King. Read by Aysha. Chapter 1. Journey to the Past. Hey, look at these old mining tools, Gustavo said to his little brother, Adriano. They could be 300 years old. Adriano was more interested in following the rail tracks that led into another tunnel. Gustavo and his family were touring an old gold mine at Ouro Preto in Brazil. It was a long way from their home in Rio de Janeiro. Gustavo had spent the journey reading about Ouro Preto's past. He learned that when gold was discovered there, people rushed to get rich, and it became the busiest city in Latin America. A wailing noise echoed through the mine. Adriano bounded to Gustavo's side and clutched his hand. "What was that?" he asked. "It was probably wind whistling through the tunnels," Gustavo replied. The tour guide asked, "Did anyone hear that?" Several people nodded. "I did," whispered Adriano. The guide said, "There are rumours." "No, I'd better not say." "Oh, tell us," said a woman. The guide spoke in a low voice. "There are rumours that some of the tunnels are haunted by ghosts. The ghosts of miners." Gustavo, standing to one side, saw the guide's hand flick towards the wall. The next moment, the lights went out and the tunnel was plunged into darkness. People yelped in surprise. It was so black, Gustavo saw no difference if he opened or closed his eyes. He squeezed Adriano's hand. "It's just the guide playing a trick," he said. When the lights came back on, Gustavo's dad looked across and raised his eyebrows as if to ask, "Okay?" Gustavo nodded, then grinned at Adriano. "That was scary," he said. "Did you feel shaky when it went dark?" "I did." His brother smiled. "Yes, but it was fun." Gustavo agreed. He'd read stories about ghostly shipwrecks and castles. Some parts of the stories were true, but he knew that the ghostly parts had been added to make the tales more exciting. "Let's get a snack," Adriano said, and trotted over to their mum. Gustavo was about to follow when he noticed something glowing on the rocky wall in a side tunnel. Was it a nugget of gold that the miners had missed? When he looked closer, his heart leapt. This was something far more exciting than gold. It was a glowing symbol of a compass. Gustavo was one of 8 children from across the world with matching compass badges. They were the secret explorers. Each one was an expert in a different subject, and they used their knowledge to solve problems. Gustavo was their history expert. "A new mission's waiting for us," Gustavo whispered. "A new adventure." With a crackling sound, a door appeared in the solid rock. Gustavo glanced over to his family, who were busy choosing snacks from the selection in Dad's backpack. Gustavo knew that no time at all would pass while he was away, so they wouldn't miss him. He pushed the door open and stepped forward into brilliant white light. A strong wind swirled around him. Then the light faded to reveal the secret explorers' headquarters, the exploration station. He was the first explorer to arrive. "Gustavo here," he said aloud. 8 computers were ranged along a gleaming stone wall. Comfy armchairs and squishy sofas stood in front of displays of objects collected by the explorers on their missions. In the middle of the floor was a huge map of the world. An image of the Milky Way covered the ceiling. "Roshni here," said a voice. Gustavo turned to see a girl with a long...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?